Yo, what's good everyone? Coach D here with the Shift Method Personal Training, coming to y'all with another awesome YouTube video. And hey, we're filming this today on Veterans Day, Monday the 11th. Happy Veterans Day to all my veterans out there. Thank you so much for your service and all that you beautiful, brave men and women do for this country. But by the time this comes out, it's gonna be kind of midway through November, which means that our holidays are right around the corner, right? Talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's. A lot of holidays in the next 6 or 7 weeks here. And so I wanted to make this video to give you some of my top tips from a coach's perspective on how to help you start building healthy habits for your diet and for your exercise now. That way you're not waiting till the new year to get started. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, as always, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. But let's go ahead and jump into what we got talking about today. So again, we got about 6 weeks or so until the year is over. If you can believe it, 2025 is right around the corner. I know the year probably went by like that for most of us. And while it can drive a little bit of anxiety up, maybe you set out some goals at the beginning of the year, maybe you started your fitness journey, you fell off, or maybe you just never got started at all. Don't wait till New Year's, man. This is a great opportunity for you to build some good habits, get some good wind under your sails to kind of help carry you into the new year. And so, of course, I want to give y'all some ways to do that practically so you can get started right now today. And that way the holidays don't derail any potential progress you can start. So again, we got a lot of holidays coming up, right? We got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, we got Hanukkah, we got New Year's. And you're gonna hear from me that holidays are a phenomenal time for you to relax and enjoy yourself, right? It's a good time to get with friends and family, great time for some leisure to kind of do a little bit of reset, a time to have some great food, right? I love food. It's an amazing time of the year to kind of just eat and enjoy yourself. And of course, if you particular job or you're a student, it's a time when you might actually have some vacation time. And so again, it kind of just all comes together where you can really relax and reset yourself, which is awesome. And so what this video is not going to be is telling you that you should not enjoy the holidays. You should do absolutely nothing but work out every day and eat nothing. That's not what I'm going to say at all. That's not realistic for most people. What I'm going to give you is my top 10 tips from a fitness professional standpoint on how to practically make some changes in your habits to carry you into the new year. So my first tip, which I've kind of mentioned a little bit here, is not waiting until January 1st to get started. Again, I've made a lot of videos talking about how while January 1st for some people can be very inspiring, a lot of people fail because they build it up. They try and go to the gym 6-7 days a week. They change a million things like their diet. They try to fix their sleep. And after about 2 or 3 weeks, they get burnt out, right? They have a thing called National Quitter's Day, a couple weeks after the new year, where people just kind of fall off, right? What you can use this time for these next 6 weeks or so is gradually build some habits, almost as like a test pilot. And now when January 1st comes around, you're not starting something new. You're not on this big journey that's super daunting. You've already put in a month and a half of work. It's going to feel that much easier for you to accomplish your goals. Tip number 2 is to start setting some micro goals for yourself. I like to usually set goals of about 3 months with my client, 90 days. And obviously we have some short-term and some long-term ones as well, but I really like to focus on that 3-month window because you can do a lot of damage in 3 months. Well, we have 6 weeks. So you can, of course, make it a little bit more difficult to accomplish a big goal in 6 weeks, but you can still do a decent amount of things. So set some small, challenging, but obtainable goals for yourself. Meaning I want to try and lose 6 to 10 pounds over these next 6 weeks. I want to try and go to the gym consistently 2 to 3 times a week, every week through the holidays, right? Setting small goals for yourself. It'll feel good. You'll get some wins. And again, come New Year, then you can set those more long-term goals and you'll already be in a better place to go ahead and accomplish them. Number 3 is take advantage of any sales or deals that are going to support you in this new kind of habit building stage of your life. What do I mean by that? A lot of times gyms may offer discounts during this time of year. Maybe they're doing like a membership sale or there's some kind of offering that your local fitness club is having. This is the time to take advantage of it. Additionally, this may be a great time too if you're looking to get some fitness equipment. Maybe you work out at home or maybe you need some new gear for the gym, like a water bottle or some gloves or resistance bands. There's obviously going to be a lot of sales that are going on during the holidays. Take advantage of that as best as you can. And of course, athletic attire, man. Hey, there's nothing wrong with wanting to look and feel good while you're working out in the gym. And part of that is making sure you got the right gear so you can feel confident when you're in the gym. Whether that's getting yourself your favorite shirt, or maybe you get your favorite pair of leggings, or maybe you finally see that Nike pair of shoes that's on sale that you couldn't get before. make sure you're grabbing some athletic attire that makes you excited to go to the gym and makes you feel confident while you're working out. Tip number 4 is do short workouts when you have to. Now, of course, I always find that 45 to 60 minutes is kind of a good sweet spot. I always advocate for 60 because you can do a good amount of work in an hour. But during the holidays, maybe you got a lot of family coming over, maybe you're traveling quite a bit, maybe you just don't have that time all the time, every single workout to do that 60-minute workout. There's nothing wrong with doing a 20 to 30-minute workout instead. You can do 20 minutes of walking on the treadmill. You can do a 30-minute full body circuit training. You don't have to do 60 minutes every single time. So work around your schedule. Understand that this is going to be an awkward time of year where not everything's going to line up the way that you want it because of external factors, and just show up and put in some work regardless of how long the workout is. Tip number 5, and this is me talking to myself here, this is the tip that I need to take, is try and maximize your sleep. Probably leading up to this point, you maybe haven't been getting a lot of sleep, or maybe you're just someone in general because you're so busy you don't get very good quality and quantity of sleep. But if you got some days off, now's the time to maybe sleep in a little bit extra, get that extra hour or two if you can, and that way hopefully going into the new year when work or school and life picks back up and you start being very busy again, maybe you've built a better sleep schedule for yourself. Maybe you've taken those 6 weeks to train yourself to go to bed a little earlier, maybe wake up a little bit earlier, but you feel more rested because now you got a consistent sleep schedule. I'm going to definitely recommend that because sleep impacts everything. It impacts how hungry you are, which of course works with your diet goals, especially if you're trying to do weight loss. It controls how hard you can work out. So obviously if you sleep and have a crappy amount of sleep or a crappy quality of sleep, you're not gonna be able to work out as hard as you otherwise would. So sleep kind of impacts everything, including your stress levels throughout the day. So maximize your sleep, sleep in a bit more, take the time for yourself. Number 6, and this might be a tough one for some of you, but limit the amount of alcohol that you're having, right? Listen, take it from Coach D. I like myself a little tequila every now and again. I'm definitely gonna be having some during the holidays. But of course, you don't wanna go overboard with it, right? Yes, if it's Christmas time and you like to drink, have a glass of red wine, have a mixed drink, have a margarita, that's fine. But don't be going overboard every single day of vacation from December 24th through January 1st, having 2, 3, 4, 5 drinks every single night. Have a drink here and there, do it responsibly, and of course, set yourself up so you don't have a hangover or so you don't feel like crap the next day. Make sure you're hydrating, having lots of water, having some electrolytes, right? Using things like Element or Liquid IV, or just making sure you get good liquids in your body to help combat maybe some of the side effects that you might have from drinking. Number 7 is keep your protein high. This is my recommendation anytime you're doing a new kind of dietary thing, but this time of year it's really easy given the general foods that you have during the holidays, and it's gonna help you kind of limit the amount of calories you have. Let me kind of explain it this way. Whenever you're eating, usually carbohydrates and fat is what people tend to eat most, especially during holiday times, right? Thanksgiving is just carb city, which nothing wrong with carbs, but if you only eat carbohydrates, it may not make you feel as full as you otherwise would. Or if you have a lot of fats, again, it is quite energy dense, but you might just eat a lot of fat and not feel very full, right? The cheese, the potato chips, all that great stuff. But you can maximize your protein, which will make you feel more full, as a higher satiating effect. Protein's good because now you're working out, hopefully, and so you're building up your muscle, which is supporting your goals, and then you're not overeating, right? You're not feeling like you're binging every single time family comes over for a holiday. Thanksgiving, you got turkey, you got ham, right? Those are great sources of protein that are available for you. Christmas time, I know people do a little bit different depending on how they celebrate, but definitely might have some steak. Maybe people do fish on Christmas. Maybe you do ham again, right? There's a lot of great protein options that you can have to help give you that high protein, and then you just cut the carbs or the fat, and now you're in a maintenance or even a deficit to support your goals. Number 8, kind of like I said in the beginning here, is enjoy yourself in moderation. Again, you're never gonna hear me saying you should never enjoy yourself. You should never have that drink or have that food. For most people that doesn't work. It works like where they'll maybe lose some weight a little bit or they'll build a behavior for a little bit, but then the restriction kind of makes them just go in the opposite direction after a month or two. So just enjoy yourself, right? This is a time to enjoy friends and family and loved ones and building those connections and taking the time to relax and sleep in, right? All that stuff you should do. But with the food, you want to make sure that you, and the alcohol, like I mentioned earlier, you want to enjoy in moderation, right? We're not drinking like we're at a frat party. We're not eating like we've been lost on an island for the last couple of weeks and we haven't seen food before. We're enjoying ourselves in moderation to support our goals. Number 9, this one might be the most difficult one, is try to maintain or establish some kind of routine. With holidays, if you're off work, off school, traveling, It's going to be very difficult to have a set schedule where you wake up at a certain time, you go to the gym at a certain time, you have meals at a particular time, you do your chores that you normally would do throughout the week at a particular day and setting. That might be disrupted for the next month and a half. Despite that, try and have some semblance of a routine. Try and go to bed at a relatively good time. Try and wake up at somewhat similar time. If you can, schedule your workouts at a consistent day and time. Obviously, if that doesn't work, get them in when you can, but try and make it consistent. The more you do that, the more it's going to be easier come New Year when you do go back to your general routine. It's going to flow a lot easier rather than you're all over the place now. Okay, now on this particular day, I'm just going to change everything. Probably not going to work, and if it does, it'll last a couple of weeks before you're like, I feel overwhelmed, right? So start a routine, get it done now for 6 weeks, and then go into the new year. And my 10th and final tip to y'all, very similar to the first one, is ramp up into the new year. Just like I say, where come January 1, I understand people get excited, and I will always encourage excitement in the gym and people to go. But again, people usually go overboard. They do too much. They try and work out every single day. They try and change their diet and 5 or 6 other habits. And 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, they kind of hit the fuck it button where they just quit and give up because it's too overwhelming. In these next 6 weeks, don't try and do what you would do on New Year's and try and just go balls to the walls week 1, day 1. Use these 6 weeks to ramp yourself up. Gradually add a workout here and there. Make a small change in your diet. Try to go to bed earlier a couple nights a week instead of doing all those things every day starting today. The more you do it in moderation, the more that you can build it up over 6 weeks. And then when you get to January, it's going to be second nature to you. You're not going to have to go in this mentality of all or nothing and ultimately probably fail. So gradual ramp up over time, gradually shifting your perspective on what you do for yourself. And that's it, everyone. Hey, thank you so much for watching the entire video. I appreciate you staying around and always tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. If you want to do some coaching with me in person or virtual, just send me a DM on Instagram at the_shift_method, or head to my website, theshiftmethod.org. Click any of the take action buttons. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Of course, we got the newsletter that comes out every Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Make sure you're subscribed to that on my website. You get exclusive deals, offers, and content that's available there. And as always, I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Later, everyone.